you're a newcomer to the Sporting Ace, welcome to our channel. Today's video is the Thursday Trainers Corner. Today I'm joined by Luke Morrison. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe and follow our social medias. Enjoy.
Okay, so I'm now happy to say that I'm joined by Luke Morrison, who currently trains at Holloway, but eventually, Luke, you'll be making the switch to Central Park. So first of all, thank you for coming.
No problem. Yeah, I'll be making the switch over back to Central Park, where I first started on the 10th of October, and really looking forward to it. My background is, I started off working in dogs when I was, I think, 15, 16 years old. I was a parader at Swindon, helping everyone and anyone. Got a little job working for Terry Kibble at his kennels. That's how I first started. Hated it, absolutely hated it, and just wanted the money. I'd loved having the money because I never had that before. And then I moved to a trainer called Bob Hannon. Bobby Hannon used to be Nicky Savers' assistant trainer back in the heydays of Westmead Lord and Westmead Chick, Westmead Merlin, Staples Joe, all them lot. And I think Bob got me hooked on the game, on the dogs and that side of things. I did 2 stints with Bob, a couple of years with Michael Peterson. Then I was at Nick Colton for a year, and then that was when I made the move to go and work for Kevin Hutton. I was with Kevin for 5 years, assistant for 3. Sort of got out of the game because I was a little bit disillusioned with it all, because I wanted to be a trainer in my own right, but couldn't actually do it. So got out of the game. I worked in sales for a year, did well at that. Got a little bit bored of it, wanted to be with the dogs and be outside, and I was with Angie Kibble for a year before I became a trainer. So that's my sort of backstory on where I've been and what I've been doing. I think it's something that I always wanted to do. Always since I was very young, and I sort of got the bug for it, but was never really able to do it because of the finances, finding kennels, that sort of thing. And one day a friend of mine said to me, why don't you give Ricky Holloway a call, because they're doing a start-up trainer scheme. So I did, phoned Ricky, went down to Central Park, had an interview with Roger Kearns, Peter Miller at the time, sat down with them. They were, impressed, obviously, with my sort of experience that I've had over the years. They took a chance on me, and I think within about a month, 2 months after that, I was all set up as a trainer working within Ricky Holloway's kennels. They supplied me with dogs, a van, biscuit to get me started, and basically it's gone from there, sort of thing. I don't think I'd ever have been a trainer if it wasn't for them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very appreciative of what they've sort of done. The track, probably one of the best, running surfaces in the country. So yeah, I've had a good year there. But I think I've been happy with where I am for the last 2 years, and I think I needed to make a big step to sort of maybe push my career a little bit further, to push myself a little bit further. So I thought, you know what, let's go for it. Let's see if we can go back at Central Park. And I've sat down with Rachel now 2 or 3 times and massively impressed. I think what she's doing, what she's done, her vision going forward for the track and for all of her other tracks, I think we need a bit more of that. She's enthusiastic and she wants to do the right things, and she wants to make sure that the track's being run right and everybody's looked after and all the dogs are looked after. And as long as there's somebody there wanting to push forward and always improve, you've got my vote. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how I see it. We should always be striving to sort of push forward, and she's doing exactly that. So
yeah, definitely. And within your first year as a a greyhound trainer. You've already spoken about being in Cat 1 finals, and especially winning Cat 2s. Part of that success was coming from Cygnet Hawk. How good was he for you?
He was a very fast dog for me. Actually, and more towards, I think I maybe didn't push him as much as I probably could. He did struggle with his injuries throughout his career, but he was a very fast dog when he got it right. And you can see if anyone looks him up, he went from sprinting all the way up to 500 metres at Nottingham. And he made the British bred final, Cat 1 final at Nottingham, which 500 metres, he's on his limits, sort of thing. And then he wins a category 2, the BGRF Spring at Harlow, and you think to yourself, like, he's got a little bit of everything. But yeah, very nice dog. I've only just honed him. He's been here over a year retired, and I never thought I'd let him go. I never wanted to let him go, but I couldn't have him in a kennel for the rest of his life. Let's put it that way. And I've got my own pets here, and he finally went off to a home last week, actually. So it was a sad day, but it was the right thing to do. And they're going to keep in contact with me and let me know how he's getting on. So happy ending.
Mill Road Susie, she's also had other trainers previously, but I don't think I've seen a better finish to a dog's career than under yourself. She ran 12 races under you, and on 11 occasions she didn't come out of the top 2. She won 10 of her open races, or respective races, and largely a lot of those were under Six Bend Opens at Central Park.
Yeah, I think the only race she wasn't out of the top 2, thinking about it now, was probably the Kent St Ledger final. That must be the one. But yeah, she just did. There's something about dogs. I know she was with really good trainers in her own right, and it's no disrespect to them. I just think that me and her clicked. It was like, just like, it's hard to explain. She took to me, I took to her. I loved her to pieces, and if I'd have got her a little bit earlier, I don't know, but there's speculation. I'm really pleased to have trained her because she's given me some great memories, that's for sure.
Nonetheless, you're still running the Mill Road Susie legacy, as you actually have one of her dogs with you. You've got Mad About Skye. Do you want to talk a little bit about her?
Yeah, Jamie Horrigan. He sent her over to me. What must have been about 4 or 5 months ago now, maybe a little bit longer than that actually. She started off okay. It just kept running really flat. She wasn't tracking. She wasn't doing anything round Harlow. We tried her in Six Bends because she's meant to be over Six Bends, really, out and out Six Bend bitch. But I've had her off for nearly 4 months now, and she's due to come back. She'll trial at Central Park in about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, she comes back to where she is. But yeah, I'm excited about her because she can stay like her mum. She acts like her mum as well, to be fair. So definitely looking forward to her coming back, and fingers crossed she's all okay,
Part of the other dogs and promising pups that you've got is amongst Kill West Henry, who's out of Dorota's Wildcat and Millbank 12. Derek Matthews, he phoned me up, said would I mind taking in a couple of dogs from Monmore for him. And we picked Kill West Henry was running the 480, and he was leading and getting to the last bend, and he was just going out like a light, and it wasn't really fair to the dog, so we moved him over. And he's not blessed with the best trapping ability, but I'm trying to work him out. I'm trying to figure him out, because once he does start trapping, or even trapping level, his early pace is absolutely fantastic, and I think he could be, he could be D1, maybe even minor open class around Central Park for sure, definitely. Yeah, he's a real nice dog, real nice owner as well. And another one that you think quite highly of is Pearly, Whirly Girl. She's out of Magical Bale and Badminton Razzle.
Yeah, she's very well bred, bitch. Yeah, she's going to be nice. She had 4 trials at Harlow, and she's already down to like your 1550s. Had her first race on Sunday. She's trapped out lovely, gone to the bend with good dogs in their own right, experienced dogs, and I thought she was incredibly unlucky. And you'd expect her to definitely come forward, and if she's doing 1550s already, without even sort of having the experience and sort of knowing how far she can actually go yet, I think she could be really decent, this bitch. She's not really even an out and out sprinter, if I'm honest. She's more full bend. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to her, and hopefully she'll be all right.
About the potential of having British breeding at your kennel.
You know what? I never thought about it before. And obviously working with Kev, and I know what Kev does with his breeding. He'll have them there for about 3 months, and then he'll sort of send them away to be reared on. I think he uses John Mullins for quite a lot of the, his top litters. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? I have got a whelping pen here. I could house them for 3 months and sort of maybe do the same thing. But I think for myself, if I'm going to be doing the breeding side, the brood bitch would have to be serious. I wouldn't be doing it with anything less than something that was, competition sort of class, if you know what I mean. I think that's pretty much what Kev's done. He could have done litters many times, but he waited until he had the right sort of bitches for it. And I think that's kind of going to be the way forward. If you're going to do it, let's do it properly.
Yeah, and as well as that, what do you feel needs to be improved in the sport for both your benefit and that of everybody else?
It's quite a lot. I thought the other day that there should be something put in place by the GBGB that all tracks, every single track, should be running for the same prize money. I don't think it's right that, and I know that people say it's promoters and this, that, and the other, and SIS and ARC, and they'll be competing against each other. But I think for transparency throughout the whole sport, the GBGB should put it in place that we should all be running for X amount, and an A1 should be, say, 200 quid at every track in the country, and an A10 should be, say, 120 quid at every track in the country. And I think that might sort of be better for owners in a sense of, because I've had a lot of it where I've left certain tracks and owners have said, oh no, I don't want to go to that track because the prize money's not very good, and this, that, and the other, and I don't want to go to this. And I just think that if it was all the same, we'd never have these problems. And if it was all the same as well, we wouldn't have so many trainers wanting to switch about back and forth. I think it can't be helped at the minute, to be quite honest, mate. I'd love to sit here and go, they're not doing this and they're not doing that, but you know what the world's like at the minute. Everybody's struggling. Everybody is trying to pay their bills. The last thing they want to be doing is taking on dogs that they've got to look after and feed. That's standard. I think it will pick up eventually. I think we just got to be strong and fight through it. Try our best to get good homes for dogs when they become available. I think that's all we can do. We can't change the world, so therefore, there's no point in sitting there going, we can't get dogs in homes, we can't do this. They're trying their best. I speak to them on a regular basis, and they are really trying their best, and I don't envy them at their job. I really don't. So hopefully in about 6 months' time it'll be all right. Next year maybe.